Coming to you from EverMedia Studios, we are EverTalk Live.
Happy Monday, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jez Moye. This is EverTalk Live, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. for your daily dose of a little Hollywood and happiness. Happy Monday,
Happy
Rob.
Monday. How was your weekend?
It was super low key, but I had a great time. I went to the Shop for Success event. Happy 10-year anniversary to Dress for Success, and I picked up this blazer.
So this blazer is killing it. I mean, killing it. Yeah. I don't know if you saw, I think we mentioned right before the show, like Blake Lively in A Simple Truth. I mean, whoever her stylist was in that movie crushed it, and this is like on par with that.
Honestly, a blazer is a really good look, but it's so hard for me to find one that I like. Veronica Beard, super excited about it.
Yeah, super
Got
nice.
A stellar deal. It was happening right there in West Hollywood, or not West Hollywood, Westwood.
Westwood.
Close
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fabulous.
Just love the blazers. And I know the problem with blazers, I've got an addiction to blazers. And the problem is that once you start buying them, then you want to go more and more and more expensive. You start noticing the little things. So this one I can tell.
Well, that happened to me with shoes and handbags and just about anything in my life. Once you start, you don't really stop. Well,
it's true.
We're excited to welcome our very special guest. Good morning. Hello, back in the studio.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hey, hello.
Oh, thank you so much for welcoming us this morning, Dr. Susan.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
We want to know, how do you start your day? How do you wake up and stay woke? What's your morning routine like?
Usually it's a cup of matcha tea and a little bit of meditation just to get the day going.
Oh, fantastic. So what is your meditation practice like?
Meditation, it's just a few moments of deep breaths. I don't have a long extended practice, but it's just enough to get me going. Particularly, it's helpful, I talk to people about mindful eating to get them going on a mindful eating path for the whole day.
Oh, fantastic. I love that. It's one of the discoveries I had around meditation was to make sure that you set the bar low enough so you're excited to actually do it in the morning and not dreading it all night long.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Set the bar low enough.
Set the bar low enough. Underrated.
All right. Well, thanks for being with us. We've got Matthew Fairfax in the house, nominated for 3 awards at the Cine Fashion Film Fest tonight. Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning, and thank you for having me here.
Oh, we're grateful to have you here and celebrate with you. So tell us, how do you wake up and stay woke?
I wake up with a cup of coffee, but every morning with my team, we have a gratitude huddle. So everybody goes around and shares one thing that they're grateful for. It usually ends up being 3 or 4 or 5 things, but yeah, and it gets the day started with the right note.
The gratitude huddle. I love the gratitude huddle. I am a big fan of Abraham Hicks, and they always talk about rampage of appreciation. But what are you most appreciative of or most grateful for today?
Oh, today I'm most grateful to be here in Los Angeles. I landed from Cambodia 2 days ago, so I'm still a little jet lagged, but excited to be here for the award ceremony.
Wow, God bless you. I get upset just being jet lagged from like Pittsburgh. Cambodia's a whole nother thing.
Don't lie, you get jet lagged from the west side.
That's so true, actually. Yeah, crossing the 405, it's a lot. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for being with us. We've got Dr. Leif Rogers in the house. Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us, how do you wake up and stay woke? What's your morning routine like?
I gotta say, that I think I'm way more old school than these two here. I basically roll out of bed, take a shower, get my coffee, and then battle traffic.
And put on a gray suit. You look great.
Today, usually I wear scrubs, actually.
Fair enough.
Well, thank you all so much for being with us. We look forward to continuing the conversation later in the show.
Oh, man, I'm so happy the sun shines back out.
Me too, but I gotta admit, I am living absolutely vicariously through all of the Instas that are in Art Basel right now.
Oh my goodness, so wow, Art Basel, there's a lot going on down there, huh?
And a banana that's apparently worth over $100 $20,000. That's right. It's an almost even not so ripe banana that's been taped to a wall, and people are going bananas over
So I
this.
still don't quite get it, and I know there's probably not a whole lot to get, but somebody took a rotten banana and they literally taped it to a wall, and now it's a thing.
Hashtag art. It's a thing. So it's sold 3 times for over $120,000. Then somebody had the nerve to take said banana and eat it.
Oh.
Now the crowd has gone wild. In fact, they had to take down the installation.
You're kidding me right now.
No.
I did see like on Instagram they had like security guards surrounding the banana to protect the banana. I mean, are you
This
kidding?
is-
Is this where we're at right now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a
2020?
thing. But have you been to Art Basel?
I have.
Okay,
I have.
tell me about it, because for those of us like me who haven't been.
It's just dope. It's basically incredible artists from all around the world. They come to this one event in Miami, and like celebrities are there, and artists and musicians, and it's like the who's who of like the art world. And they have great parties and great events, and it's very upscale. But it's also, I would say that it's not pretentious. Sometimes you think of art, you think of art galleries, and you think that it's going to be pretentious, but it's not at all. So it's fantastic. Last time I went, I mean, honestly, everybody was there. Pharrell, and I mean, all these people.
Why
it's pretty
aren't we
incredible.
there, Rob?
I know. Well, somebody's
Sign
going to
me-
carry on with the show, I guess.
Sign me up for next year. Speaking of the show, the nominations for the Golden Globes were released. Now, I haven't looked through them this morning as of yet, but rumor has it Netflix is winning the pack.
Wow.
Yes.
Go Netflix.
Yeah, apparently they've received more nominations than any other.
Well, I'm not surprised. They've got like
Studio
50,000
network.
shows. I mean,
Well
at some
done.
point, it's incredible. Kudos to Netflix. Congrats. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Also, congrats to Zulay Henao and Nicolas Cage. They had a movie come out tonight, or last night, the premiere, Green Isle. So, sounds like super awesome.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
And Nikki Whalen's movie came out on Friday
Yes.
with Bruce Willis.
Trauma Center.
We are in such good company.
I know. It's what's amazing, I think, Jess, about this city is that sometimes I think living in other cities, things didn't seem to really move very much, and you didn't see a whole lot of change. But in this city, you literally can have a conversation with somebody one day, and the very next day, their life is totally different or totally changed.
Which is completely wild, but something to remember about all of that is that the person doesn't change. And I think this is really an interesting thing. Even I've experienced it in my own life with the people who aren't in LA and living this like fast track life, or New York or Miami.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but your life has changed overnight. I'm like, but I'm still the same.
Yeah. What's that expression? Wherever you go, there you are. It's like you take yourself with you wherever you go. And that kind of brings us to the teaching moment of the day, which is really around going within or going without. Like, I've discovered in my life that if I'm looking for peace or love or happiness or true abundance or experience of success and wealth, when I look to other people or other things, I'm always disappointed. I mean,
Every
right?
time.
It's just like other people and other things aren't very good at giving you that sense of fulfillment that ultimately exists within yourself. And so I have discovered that if I don't go within, then I go without, meaning that I go without whatever it is that I want to find in the world, whether it's peace or love or happiness.
Okay, but this brings up a very interesting point, because I want other people in my life and I need those people to help me, or at
Yes.
least that's what I feel like,
Yes.
right? Not because I'm feeling incomplete or that I'm looking to them
Yeah.
to fulfill me in a certain way, but I want the help, and I'm afraid, and if I'm manifesting, all I need is myself, then I'm never going to have the people around me that I want. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, and I love you saying that, Jez, and I think it's profound, because the truth is that you've already got it, because it's about wanting, not needing. I think that's the challenge. I think when you go and you ask somebody for help or you want something to happen, I think it's great when it's sort of a pure wanting and it's from a place of appreciation, and maybe you're excited and anticipating it. That's one thing. But when you feel needy or desperate for it, or you think that the person that you're asking for help is the source of your help, or is the source of the money you want, or the source of success you want, that's when you get in trouble. They're just a channel, right? Ultimately, at the end of the day, you're the source, and I think that's sort of the challenge and opportunity that I've at least discovered in my life. I feel like you're really great about that, Jez. I know that it can be hard at
I'm
times.
learning.
But yeah, we're all learning. I mean, that's what life is, right? But yeah, if you don't go within, you tend to go without.
Mic drop. Well, stay tuned. We've got some very exciting guests with us today. We'll be right back with Dr. Susan Alpers. Stay tuned. Watch the stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
all I can say to you guys is remember you are not alone. It's that simple. Just keep remembering you are not alone.
We look good. No, you look good. All of us. We are so hot and humble.
You know me, I gotta follow the light.
Yeah, girl. It's all about that light.
I saw that light over there. I said, this must be my light.
What are we doing? You laugh, you story.
Our producer's messing up the set. Security.
Thank you. That was awesome. I was like, are we going into infomercial already? Where's the 1-800 number? I don't know how you. We need to have these bloopers. Well, there you have it.
Yes.
You guys can binge watch all of our episodes on upgradeyourlifetv.com and on the EverTalk app. Bye, guys. Bye.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to EverTalk Live. We are here with Dr. Susan Albers. She is a New York Times best-selling author of Eating Mindfully and now Hanger Management. Thanks for being with us today.
What a great title.
Thank you. Yes, we all get hangry, don't we?
We do. But what are the telltale signs or symptoms? Because they're not the same for everyone.
No, most people get that irritable feeling that 1 minute they're fine and now it's like Jekyll and Hyde, that they are really, really upset. So we have to stay on top of our hanger. And there's 3 obstacles. We get really busy, we're way too busy, we are bothered, and it just takes too much effort, or we're blue. So the 3 Bs, busy, bothered, or blue, that's what stands in the way of feeding our hanger.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So how did you get into this line of work, and why particularly was it, being hangry?
Yeah, well, we do a lot of emotional eating, but I realize it goes both ways in that how we feel impacts what we eat, and what we eat impacts how we feel. So I wanted to go in both directions. Also, I was really inspired by the people around me. Everybody has a story about being hangry, and we're really good at identifying it in other people. Kids, our family members, our spouses. We know when they get hangry, but we struggle with finding it in ourselves. So my book walks through 45 different easy tips to help people to identify when they're getting hangry and to steer clear of it.
So it's interesting though, because hanger in the holidays are a real thing. I've noticed that most people in my life aren't eating normally. Yeah. They're like even the entire day or the entire week, and then they're just really overindulging in a meal. But then the rest of the whole holiday, they're hangry, they're grumpy, they're tired.
They're stressed during the holidays.
Yeah. So what can we do to avoid that?
One of my favorite tips, and it really reminds us of the holidays, is use cinnamon. Sip some cinnamon tea. Oh. And one of the reasons we get hangry is because our blood sugar drops and we're busy and we're just all over the place. And so cinnamon has been clinically shown to help regulate your blood sugar. So 1 teaspoon for 12 weeks in a recent study showed that people reduce their blood sugar levels by about 30%. So sprinkle it on everything.
Cinnamon, it is.
Yes. And it smells good and it reminds us of the holidays.
I'd heard something similar about vinegar. Is that true with vineger? It helps to it helps to cut into the carbs so that you don't get this insulin spike.
Yeah, apple cider vinegar
when you can have cinnamon.
I know, it's not.
I know, it's so much.
It's not even a toss-up, is it?
Nicer.
It's true.
Also for the holidays, the color red.
Oh.
Yes, use red plates. There was a study that looked at red versus white versus blue plates, and they found that people ate the least off of red plates because our minds are wired to automatically slow down and stop when we see the color red.
Really?
So it's a really effortless way to eat more mindfully during the holidays.
Wow. I certainly feel that way about budgeting when I see that red line.
Yeah.
Not good. I want to be in the black. Yeah, for sure.
Wow, interesting, very interesting. So tell us a little bit about the book itself and what else we can find in hanger management.
Yeah, so there's over 45 different tips. And it walks people through this process. There's also specific foods to eat, like cinnamon and lots of different other foods that are called hanger-busting foods, but also really easy psychological tips that we can use to change our habits. So for example, you can try this today. If you're somebody who eats really quickly, eat with your non-dominant hand. So I'm right-handed, putting my fork in my left hand. And you will see that this will slow you down.
Oh, that's
because
great.
I love food and I teach people to savor food and enjoy it, just eat it in a mindful way, which is not always easy.
This is great. I love you pointing that out, and I can see how mindfulness plays such an important role in sort of managing your emotions and the way in which you eat. Can you describe for people what mindfulness is? Because I think a lot of us assume that we know what it is, and it sounds like thinking a lot, but I'm not sure it's thinking a lot. How would you describe mindfulness?
Mindfulness is being aware and in the moment. So with mindful eating, there's no menus or recipes, so it's not like a diet. So that's good news if you don't like diets. But it's more about being present in the moment. I say when you eat, just eat. Be focused, be present, and that's going to help you to be much more in control of and on top of your eating.
So good. We know that with the pre-order come a lot of other perks besides just the book. Can you share with us a few of those?
Yes. So we're in the pre-order phase, and if you sign up now and you pre-order, you get a 28-day mindful eating program, which you can start right now, which is great to do during the holidays.
Yes.
So you are ready for all of these holiday treats.
Yes, setting ourselves up for 2020.
Indeed.
Yeah, and you get one video a day of it's just 1 minute tips for 28 days, and it can get you started right now.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Susan. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow your personal journey as well.
You can read more about my book and get tips on my website, eatingmindfully.com. You can order the book on Amazon or any of the major retailers. And join me on social media, Dr. Susan Albers on Instagram, and I'll share all my tips with you.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr.
Thank
Susan.
you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on EverTalk Live.
Thanks.
Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now. Get it right now. Right now. Get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Gotta get it right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now.
People, I didn't pick Cambodia. Cambodia picked me. These young boys and girls are not being given a chance. I'm a salon owner, and Kate Corpy Salon is a Western-style, high-end salon that we created specifically for the purpose of educating sex traffic survivors and some underprivileged Cambodian youth that would not have an opportunity at vocational development like this. Suremam and Vandy are the first two students to graduate from the Kate Corpy Academy. They were the pioneers, they were the teachers.
Wow, absolutely incredible. Congratulations, Matthew. We know that you've been nominated for 3 Cinefashion Film Awards tonight. Tell us a little bit about Justice and Soul Foundation and how Cambodia chose you.
Yeah, and I actually the director and Davaness, they're the ones that are behind the film, so they're the ones that are nominated. I just get the opportunity to be here and watch what happens. But yeah, I was just minding my own business and doing my own life, and a client came over and said, would you consider working or helping us in Cambodia, because we have a real need for survivors. And my stylist asked me, and I said no. In fact, I think I said hell no. I was like, I don't know where Cambodia is. I just know it's hot and somewhere over there. And the next thing I know, I took it to my team and they said, we should check this out. And I took 3 trips there, created our plan, and by the time the 3 years were, I was like moving there.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what was your intention? What was your mission when you decided to go to Cambodia?
Well, originally I wasn't sure. We thought maybe we'd do something just a little simple, 3-month program, train people so that they could have a skill when they got out of the aftercare shelters. And what we realized is when I got over there, one of my best friends now, wasn't my best friend then, said, take your toys and go home. It's not going to work. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, it's not sustainable. Donors get tired of giving money. You need something that will take care of itself. So we went back, we retooled, and we came back with this idea of what if we did a high-end, Western-style, expensive salon, because there's money in Cambodia, and there's Westerners that are living there that will pay to get good hair, and let them pay for the scholarships. So, but I knew in order to make that happen, I'd need to be there with the business side and to be able to set it up. So we went over there and we ended up creating that. And I sold everything in 2013 except for my salon and my kids. And I kept the kids. And moved over to Cambodia. And here we are. We're going into our 6th year now.
What do you love most about Cambodia and the people of Cambodia?
Just as genuinely kind people. Their hearts are so, they've been through so much with the genocide and rebuilding after the genocide of Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge, and so many people are just not even aware that happened in the 70s. That ended in 79. So there's like 2 generations of post-traumatic stress going on. And so to be there and to be a part of the change and seeing people, not just my students, but I was walking by a friend of mine that I kind of helped him start his real estate business. And I was like, just helping people to take that next step to the next level. Yeah.
Just incredible.
What's been one of the most major transitions that you've witnessed through one of these scholarship winners?
Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to, I can't pick just one because it's almost like every day we don't understand the challenges that they're going through. And I was working with one of my students the other day because she was very emotional about finding her brother after 15 years. And as we started, she was crying, and there's emotion because he was being abused and different things like that. And as we started to tease out, I realized she's got 8 siblings all over Cambodia, and she's trying to help. She came to Cambodia, to Phnom Penh, to help them. So all of her money is going back to her mom and her sisters, and so watching them move into a level of responsibility and power that they can go out and make changes in the world. Probably one of the coolest things is this group of graduates and some of our students came together and created a program called Step Up. And it's we get love, we give love. And they're now going out and doing free haircuts and helping kids that are out in the villages and stuff learn about lice and how to care for lice and things like that. So it's kind of cool to watch that notion of pay it forward, take it to the next level. They're doing it, and that's what we wanted.
Have you noticed or discovered changes about yourself that have come about as a result of this process?
Yes.
Yes.
My team would tease me back in Seattle because they could tell when I was stressed that I would do this. If I started rubbing my head, they would freak out. And it's like, oh, something's going on. Matthew's upset. And now It's amazing. I don't rub my head very much.
Yeah.
I've just learned that in light of eternity, this is not a very big deal.
So that's what it is. It's the perspective.
Yeah,
Part of perspective.
huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like these little things don't matter because they're lives that matter.
So beautifully said. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you and donate.
Justice and Soul Foundation.org. Matthew Fairfax, you can find me on Facebook. Follow me there. Instagram, we have a Justice and Soul Instagram. We have a big fashion show, Fashion Solstice, every March in Seattle. It's our big fundraiser. You can find out more about us and about that as well.
Fantastic.
And of course, they can watch The Journey at The Power of Beauty,
Yes.
on Cinema, and Tomorrow in the Butterfly, which is nominated
Yes.
tonight. at the
Tonight,
Fashion Film
3
Awards.
different awards for tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Great.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on EverTalk Live. Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV. Welcome back to EverTalk Live. We are here with Vance Soto. He is the president and owner of one of the most iconic spas right here in West Hollywood on the Sunset Strip. Ola Hendrickson, thank you so much for being back with us, Vance.
Thank you for having me.
We know this is a busy season in the spa wellness world.
Yep, it's a bit crazy, but it's fun crazy. It's good hectic. It's the only thing that you could hope for is, for people to be in and enjoying themselves and buying gift cards and having treatments and, the whole thing.
Well, especially as we're saying goodbye to a decade and entering into 2020.
Right.
What have you seen that have been some of the biggest trends in the industry?
Self-care. And I know that I work in that, so maybe some could say I'm a little bit biased, but the fact is that people are now actually taking time for themselves and being okay with it and not looking at it as it's an indulgence. It's no, it's actually a necessity. They're looking more like a commodity, which is great.
Yeah, for the first time, I think that self-care is selfish.
Right, exactly. People actually, when you're posting from the spa or I had a spa day, people are actually encouraging it, saying, good for you, you should go enjoy, you work hard, you enjoy it, absolutely. Where before it was oh, look, they're having a spa day or they, so I think now we're getting into that mindset that it's actually part of day-to-day life and it really is important to your own well-being, and for that I'm grateful.
Well, we've seen some very familiar faces and celebrities frequenting your salon. Madonna, Katy Perry.
Yep.
Who's coming and what treatments are they getting? Because I want what they have.
Okay, well,
so
it really kind of changes. I mean, treatments can be a bit more popular at different times of the year, depending on what your skin needs or just sort of how you're feeling that day. Our menu's quite large, so we have something for everybody. But obviously Katy Perry is a big fan of red carpet facial. A lot of the celebrities come in for facials because we're known for skincare, innovative skincare, state-of-the-art equipment. We're actually going through a little bit of a renovation right now where we call called a beautification project where we're revamping all the treatment rooms and our offerings. But you know, Katy Perry, Lisa Kudrow, Angela Bassett was just in. I mean, the list goes on, and we love them, and we're so grateful for them because they've been loyal to us for so long. But as far as what they get, it does kind of change depending on time of year.
And they all look so amazing. I mean, are you kidding? So what exactly is a red carpet facial? Because I think people hear about it. They don't know exactly what that involves.
Red carpet for us kind of, it takes every piece of technology that we have and it combines it into one treatment. It's the perfect blend of innovation and technology, but also still has a human touch. We think that that's really important. But it basically takes hydrofacial oxygen, human stem cell, light treatments, LED lights, a heat treatment. You know, it's basically everything all wrapped up into one. The human stem cell really extends and prolongs the treatment by about 10 days. That's why it's so popular with the celebrities, because they know that the results are gonna last and they can come in sort of within that 10-day window that sort of works for them, whether it be an event or red carpets or premieres or whatever the case may be.
So that 10-day window, is that 10 days before your event you should come in for the facial?
Right, exactly. Yep, 100%. Yep. And a lot of them, right, exactly. And you know, the other treatments that are very popular with them is the wet room experience, because ours is very different than most places. We don't have the typical Vichy showers. Ours are super high overhead. They're designed to mimic an Indonesian rain shower, so it's a different experience. We call it the tropical rain rinse, but a lot of them have been coming in for that, just to like relax and get the full body scrub and the wraps and you name it. Like it's almost like it's kind of coming full circle again on what was popular a long time ago is now coming all back around again.
Oh, you know, my greatest fear is actually going there and wanting to move in.
Yeah, feel free. I know, right? I know, totally. You should move in. Yeah,
they're doing 100%. This whole beautification process. They can just make the run.
Exactly. I mean, I might want to move in after the beautification process too.
Well, you know, it's not just the treatments that are so well known, but it's you and your personality and the team that you have created and community. You know, share with us, though, if you would, a little bit about what you love most about what you do, because I know you've been on an epic journey to building this.
Yep, definitely some highs and lows for sure. Hopefully more highs from this point on. You know, what I love, you know, I just love making people smile. And I've always said in my interview process that if you don't enjoy making people feel good, you cannot work in this industry. Like, you genuinely have to enjoy that. And so for me, that's one thing that I love, and I do it every single day. When those clients walk out, they're smiling. And for me, that's the most fulfilling thing ever. So I enjoy that process, you know, but I also enjoy the creative side of whipping up things. You know, I'll be driving, I'll be on vacation, I'll be anywhere, and I get inspiration for treatments that I literally will just make from scratch, and they blow up. When we created Red Carpet, everybody told me I was crazy, but I was like, you know what? No, we're gonna do it, and now it's the #1 treatment. You know, so it reminds you, like, when you know and you have it, like, you feel it in your gut that it's gonna be a thing, it becomes the thing. You know, it's really about just putting out that energy and running with it.
And you do that consistently, not just in the salon, but you do that every time I see you. Like, everywhere I see you, I always feel this light coming from you. I mean, it's genuine.
I try, you know, because the thing is, I don't have time for negativity. I don't have time to be down, not to be confused with a bad day. But, you know, I wake up every day and I tell myself, I choose to be happy. I think that happiness is a choice. I have what I call hashtag slow rise. So I've learned in the mornings, if I want to start my day and have it be calm and relaxing and also it's still motivating and inspiring, I have to rise slowly. I can't wake up, grab the phone, run, get my coffee, bolt out the door, because then my day becomes basically chaos, you know? So for me, I have to have that slow rise, and I know that that works for me, and it keeps that positive energy and that light going inside of me for the whole day. You know?
actually embody the brand.
Right.
You really do.
I try. You know, we have to. And if you think about it, when you walk in as a guest, like, you are looking forward to going there. It's not like you're going to, you know, surgery or this or that where you're like, oh, you know, you're nervous. Like, you're excited. You could have been waiting all year to go there. You could have been like saving. It could be a special occasion. We've had people propose.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's a whole thing. So we never know exactly like what's going to happen, but you are excited to go there. So we want to also exude that when you walk in.
You do that well.
Vance, are there any kind of holiday promotions or special things that we should be aware of?
Holiday promotions. Well, we always have, you know, special promotions as far as, you know, treatments go and all of that. But truthfully, you know, I say, you know, for the holidays, you know, I think it's a great time to be able to maybe treat somebody that might not be as fortunate. That's what I always tell people around the holidays. If you have the means, you know, treat somebody else to, you know, a spa day. Because I'm telling you, a spa day can change somebody's life.
Absolutely.
You really can. Well, thank you so much. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow your personal journey and, of course, the spa.
Sure. So I'm on Instagram, Vance Soto, and then also the spa's Ulla Henriksen Spa.
Oh, fantastic.
Vance.
Yeah, such a pleasure, man.
Thank you.
Back with more on EverTalk Live.
Living with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now.
Welcome back to EverTalk Live. We are honored to be with Dr. Leif Rogers, who is one of the most renowned plastic surgeons right here in Beverly Hills. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. So tell us a little bit about your specialty and what people are really coming to you for this season.
That's interesting. Well, what I actually do a very wide range of different procedures, but I think I'm probably known in the community for body contouring and also some transgender stuff too. So when I say body contouring, I mean like men and women. So we do liposuction, fat grafting, skin retraction. I mean, it's amazing. It's how broad that field has become.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about your journey. Like, why did you get into this line of work in this field initially?
That's a very good question. I went to med school thinking that I was going to go into orthopedic surgery. So, I mean, I'm a guy, I like power tools, I think it's really cool. So it's, but the more I saw, the more I realized you kind of get pigeonholed. You kind of do like one thing and you do it over and over again, and I would have been bored. And plastic surgery is very creative. You get to innovate as you go. Every patient's different, every body's different. And in fact, we actually developed some procedures. I mean, I've developed some procedures recently, which have become a little bit trendy actually in the transgender world.
Oh, can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Sure. So one thing that we just started doing, well, probably about almost 2 years now, is shoulder narrowing. I mean, it sounds like a crazy thing, but what we're doing is we're taking a small piece of the clavicle out, and you actually narrow the shoulder. So for male to female transgender who feel like they're too wide up top and too narrow down below, you can change that ratio, and it's very effective.
Wow, I can imagine doing that just so I can fit blazers properly.
Well, I think most men actually, I mean, guys who want to be manly,
Yeah.
you can actually widen them. We can do that too.
Wow, so how do you widen them?
Same idea, but instead of taking a piece out, you're actually adding a little bit. You're making the clavicles a little bit longer. I mean, it's about an inch.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds very extreme, but it's very straightforward surgery, and the recovery is easy.
It's really interesting, though, with plastic surgery in particular. It's not just about the physical results, but it's really affecting people's mindset, the way they feel about themselves. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Well, I mean, that's the main reason anybody comes to my office. You know, it's not just the cosmetic stuff, it's also the reconstructive stuff. So it's really about feeling whole or comfortable in your skin. I think a lot of us, you know, there are pressures in society, I mean, good ones and bad ones, and a lot of it is unfortunately driven by social media, which is not always great, but there's normal ones too. I mean, just, you know, going to school, going to work, feeling like you fit in, and not feeling like you're somehow an outsider. And your physicality is part of that.
I just love that point, and it's interesting. You know, so much of my really area of expertise is positive psychology, and there's an entire science that talks about the ways in which confidence reads as authenticity. When you're not confident, you come across inauthentic. And so I love the work you do specifically because it helps people be confident and comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of the biggest transformations recently that you have executed that you're most proud of?
Oh gosh, I mean, it's a difficult one. I mean, we have surgeries almost every day, especially this time of year is the busy season. So and we do full body transformations. We do face, we do body contouring, like we said. I mean, there are patients who come in. I mean, some of the ones that are actually very straightforward is like, say, the mommy makeover. So it's everyone knows what a mommy makeover is. Basically, it's like a breast sort of lift augmentation kind of thing and a tummy tuck essentially. But there's nuances to that. So essentially, you have women who've come in, had a couple of kids, and they can't get their bodies back. And so you can completely change how they look with surgery, which they couldn't do otherwise.
What surprised you most about your work? I mean, you came in probably, out of school and probably had expectations for what it would be like, and now looking back over the course of this very successful and prolific career, what's been the difference in terms of the reality versus expectations? Anything surprised you?
Yes, I mean, I think I originally went into plastic surgery for the reconstructive aspects because I had this feeling that, oh, well, plastic surgery is all about vanity, right? And, a little vanity is normal. I mean, we all have to have some to keep us healthy and sort of, fit and at our prime. But obviously too much vanity is not necessarily healthy. But I realized that that sort of catering to that little bit of vanity that we all have is actually healthy, not unhealthy. And so I ended up doing more of the cosmetic stuff than the reconstructive stuff than I thought I would in my career. I still do both.
Make a good point. I always feel better in a great outfit and when our teeth are brushed and all those good things. And it's interesting because sometimes we can look at folks that aren't feeling that way, that don't have that little bit of vanity. They can easily slip into depression and other things.
Yeah, vanity's got a bad rap. I mean, the word is not a negative word. It should not be.
Let your sexiest outfit be your naked self.
There you go.
I just saw that on Instagram. And
You see that on Instagram?
That's resonating with me.
See, Instagram has value. There you go.
Well, Dr. Leaf, please tell everyone where they can find and follow you and, of course, come in for a consultation.
Well, you can find me online. I have a website. It's it's leafrogersmd.com, and then you can follow me on Twitter at Dr. Leaf Rogers. And we also have a non-invasive part of our practice, which is all lasers and injectables and things, and that's at Blush Beverly Hills. And we also have a giveaway over the season. So if you come and follow us there, we're giving away a bunch of different procedures and things. So that's the best way to follow me.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on EverTalk Live. The stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
All I can say to you guys is remember you are not alone. It's that simple. Just keep remembering you are not alone.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to EverTalk Live here on Happy Monday.
Happy Monday,
Happy
Rob.
Monday.
Don't mind me. I'm just over here fixing pillows.
Oh, good. You're on pillow duty.
You.
The thing that you might not know about Jessalyn is she is very well organized.
No,
Very well organized. You are.
I try my darndest, but I am just
Yes.
like my mother when I see things like this. Or when I get stressed out, I wake up in the night and I Swiffer.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't stop myself.
I think that's a pretty common thing. I know I'm that way. Like I can't even start to write or work if my place is disorganized or a mess.
This
Get it
is
from
why
home.
I don't work from home.
Yeah.
Because it's so distracting. I
is.
used to wonder why. I was like, why is my mom always doing laundry?
Yeah.
Because she can't
Yeah.
stop. And it's funny because I'm one of those people who, the older I get, I am certainly more like my parent. And you're
Every
like,
day.
oh, I'm never going to be like her.
Yeah.
I am just like my mother. Are you that way?
Oh my, are you kidding? Absolutely. I mean, all of it. It's just, I'm basically a spitting image of my mom, at least like personality-wise and character-wise, and I'm very much that way. And I'm pretty sure that my mom was convinced that like cleaning was like a form of self-care, right?
Yes.
It's amazing, yeah.
Oh, our moms,
Yeah,
both.
very similar.
We welcome you on the show. We're
do.
going to have a special guest day of the Jeslyn and Rob Mom
Yeah,
show.
we'll do it for like Mother's Day. That'd be amazing.
We'll have them give cleaning tips. It'll smell like Tide. It'll be the whole,
Exactly.
whole mom
Exactly.
experience.
I do, to that point though, I do love, particularly today's show because there was such an emphasis on self-care, like both the hanger management and the spa, and of course, any like reconstructive or cosmetic sort of procedures that you want to have done. I do think it's so important to like focus on self-care this holiday season. I mean, that's always a good idea, but particularly right now because people seem super stressed. I will say.
Absolutely. And what better way to prepare for the new year,
Yes,
right? Than to
exactly.
really just take a moment and take care of ourselves. Avoid the hanger situation and go to the spa. We are EverTalk Live, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. for all things happiness and Hollywood. Of course, you can watch the full show or the rewinds on EverTalk on Apple TV and Roku.
That's right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time. Send us a message. We love hearing from you. Take care of yourself today and have a great day on purpose.
Happy Monday, Rob.
Happy Monday.